Hey there, Walt here from Walt in PA, coming to you from the back roads of southeast Pennsylvania, and you're watching Motoramblings.
Go. Hey guys, welcome back to Motoramblings. I'm Patrick. Today I'm riding Big Yellow, my 2010 Honda Goldwing, and I'm cruising south on the Blue Ridge Parkway after a day of work. It's 20 after 4. It is a balmy 52 degrees. This morning when I came into work, it was 25. So, yeah. When I got to work, apparently it was like 19. I was really bundled up. And, excuse me, those heated glove liners, woohoo, they make all the difference in the world. So anyway, like I said, I'm heading south, which is different. When I leave work to go home and I take the parkway, I go north. But today, I am heading south, and I'm going to get off the parkway near where my son works. Yes, he brought his motorcycle to work. Yes, I'm going to ride home with him. Woohoo! This is good stuff, I tell you, good stuff. He can... Whoa, excuse me. I had COVID a few weeks back, and I can't get rid of this dang cough. Killing me. Anyway. My son gives me a hard time about the fact that I am so excited about riding with them. My wife does as well. But this is something I've, really wanted to do for quite some time. I think I told you the story about, my dad rode motorcycles. He did a lot. He raced dirt bikes, and he had motorcycles quite a bit when I was growing up. And unfortunately, I believe I only got to actually ride with him one time. Now, there may have been a couple of short little rides here and there, but I honestly can't remember them. The only ride I remember is after I got out of the hospital the first time. I had been in there for about 6 weeks, and it was a high probability that I wasn't going to make it. And Mom was there, Dad was there. They visited. They came in and gave me the encouragement, try to keep my spirits up. Well, while I was growing up, Dad, my father and I, we never said I love you. We never had that kind of relationship where we said I love you, where he said he was proud of me. There was none of that. He was just too manly for that. And when I made it through all the surgeries and I got well enough to actually start functioning again, I had a 1985 Honda Goldwing. Well, he had a 1984 Honda Goldwing. So that makes it even more sad that we just didn't ride, because we had very similar bikes, and we could have taken some incredible rides together. But I was married, I was working, when I wasn't in the hospital, and I lived a couple hundred miles away from him, and we just never made it happen. After I got out of the hospital and I was feeling better, but before I went back to full-time work, he said, we're going for a ride. And we took a ride on our Goldwings, and we went up into Maine. I lived in New England at the time. I lived in Mass. He lived in New Hampshire. So we took the motorcycles and we made a trek up into Maine. I can't even remember exactly how long of a ride it was, but it was significant. And we had the communication devices. Back then, you just plugged into the motorcycle and had an intercom plugged into your helmet. And we would talk a little bit. And we went to an old hunting cabin. I think it was a buddy of his. And we went up there, and we spent a night or two. I can't even remember how long we were there. The best part of the trip, the part of the trip that I remember the most, is the riding. Riding up on those roads in Maine where there was just nobody around. These were roads that hunters and truckers knew, and that was about it. So anyway, that was the one and only ride that I actually had with my dad. And it's a great memory. I will never ever forget that. The problem is, I wish there was more. I want more of those memories. Just too late now. Dad's gone. He got sick not too long after all of that, and it got worse and worse, and we were just never able to ride. So side note, all of this riding I do now, the YouTube videos, everything I do related to motorcycles always has Dad at the back of my mind. Before he died, and I had just started riding again full time, and I was making short little videos, not on YouTube, just on a camera. He wanted to watch them. He really wanted to see me riding. And so YouTube, when I'm making videos, when I'm doing this vlogging, when I'm riding at all, there's always, he's at the back of my mind. He's ever present. I wish he was here. So, bringing this back full circle, that is why I am so excited and thrilled that Mitchell bought a motorcycle, and that Mitchell is riding, and that Mitchell is right now really hooked on this riding. He's taking his lunch break and racing home to get the bike, and then heading back just so he can have the bike to ride home. He's riding it when it's cold out, even though he doesn't have the gear to keep him from getting freezing. And he talks about it constantly now, and he's hooked. The motorcycle addiction has got him. So for me to be able to meet him, to ride with him, it's just a thrill for me. These are memories that I'm going to have of riding with my son, memories I don't have with my dad. And hopefully we're going to create a ton of these memories. He's got his own life, and he's got his things he needs to do, and I'm going to be retiring in about a year. But hopefully he won't go away from me as far as the motorcycles go. I mean, he does his own thing every other time, but maybe with the motorcycle we'll do a lot of this together for a long time, and I'm going to try to for as long as possible, because I not only am creating these memories for myself, but I want him to have these memories. Now, way back when I started YouTube, the main goal was I wanted my wife, Lisa, and my son, Mitchell, to one day look back at all this and say, wow, he really enjoyed that. And wow, look at what he did on the motorcycle. Wow, he met some great people. I want them to have this whole library of videos, and me just rambling around talking about a whole lot of nothing, that they can look back on, that they can pull up anytime they miss Dad and watch, and maybe show grandchildren or other people, hey, this was my dad, this is what he did. But now that Mitchell's riding, these are memories we can create together. Now, I'm not going to document all of the stuff we do on motorcycles for YouTube. I mean, I'm going to try to do a bunch so that I can look back on them when, I'm too old to ride. And maybe he'll look back on them and say, oh yeah, I remember that trip with Dad. But anyway, I'm going to document a bunch of it because I do want those memories, but I'm not going to document all of it because this is about us creating memories together. And I'm just so looking forward to it. Right now, these are short rides. I think I met him one other time. Came home with him from work. You know, we take the long way, so 30 minutes or so. You know, and again, that's what we're going to do today. Maybe try to find a different way home. Hopefully we'll have some time to stop in a parking lot and do some slow speed testing, some slow speed skills. But for now, yes, I am super excited about riding with my son, and yes, I'm putting it all over video and YouTube. And he, my wife, and unfortunately y'all, just gonna have to deal with it. This is my excitement. This is what I'm sharing with y'all. If you don't like it, you can fast forward, you can skip it, whatever. Hopefully you enjoy it because you see my joy. So for now, I'm going to get off of here because he should be leaving work in a little bit. I think I got time to stop at maybe a store or something and grab a snack. And I will do another video, hopefully with one more camera, with he and I both riding. So I want to thank you all for watching. Hey, look at that, live free or die, New Hampshire plate. We were just talking about my dad living in New Hampshire. So alright y'all, thank yous for watching. And if you would, leave a comment. I love that part of YouTube. You know, all the likes and the shares and everything, that's great. Great for the little YouTube algorithm. You know, maybe bump up some subscribers here and there. But for me, it's the comments. Not because of, you know, the fact that it can help with the algorithm too, but because I like the interaction. I really enjoy talking to you. I really enjoy the back and forth. You're getting your opinions, giving you my opinions. That's the best part of this whole YouTube thing, if you ask me. COVID cough. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later. Motoramblings out. See ya!